All right, everybody. So welcome back. Last session, you all, having just completed the Battle of Blingdenstone, defeated the Pudding King and all of his minions, and had just begun your final ascent out of the abyss. You had directions, you knew where you were going, the path was clear, laid out ahead of you all. Unfortunately, it would take you 3 days to travel from Blingdenstone to the surface world, but the path was clear, you knew where you were going, and you would soon be back on the surface, where most of you call home. All of you, except for maybe a couple of your companions. So, after some travel, it became quite obvious to you all that this wouldn't be an easy venture out of the darkness and into the light of the above world, for there were still some very, very upset drow on your tail. Excuse me. Luckily for you all, though, you were prepared for this. You knew they were after you and knew that this would be their last opportunity to really get their hands on you before you made it to the surface world, and recovering what they saw as their lost property would become exponentially more difficult, if not impossible, for them. So, the time for them to spring their trap was now or never. And it did in fact happen. They stopped you near the surface. You could smell the fresh air. Listening hard enough, you could almost even hear the trees and the grass blowing in the surface wind. But first, there was the matter of these drow to deal with. Unfortunately for them, they drastically underestimated just how powerful you all had become in your journey from Velkenvelv to this point so very far from that drow prison. And, being so surprised by this development, you all made quick work of your would-be drow captors, destroying all who came and finally slaying Ilvara herself, the overly ambitious drow mistress put to the sword, her house in tatters, and the former jailers of Velkenvelv finally out of the picture. After this, there remained only one thing left to do. Travel the last however many feet or meters until you made it to the surface world. That is where we are now. There we go. So, these individuals now out of the picture. Is there anything else you all would like to do with your last few moments in the Underdark before you reach the surface? I believe the only companions that still travel with you are Sereth, Eldeth, and Stool. I believe Stool is still accompanying you. Is that right, Cillian? Cable, if you're talking, I see your green dot going, but I can't hear you. While Cable gets that figured out, does anyone else remember if Stool was still accompanying the party? I don't seem to recall him leaving at any point.
He never left.
Okay.
He's with us.
Awesome. So we'll go ahead and let Cilia get that worked out. But, is there anything else you all would like to do?
Not while we're still in the Underdark.
Okay.
But we said there's light outside from where we're standing.
From where you're standing, you can see a pale glow up ahead.
Do you smell that, Gresh?
No?
I smell fresh air. We're almost out.
Saying things like that could also be seen as bad luck.
I think we've had all the bad luck that we could possibly have. It's only good things from here on out.
You don't want to jinx it.
Were
Well-
we told exactly where we're going to be? Popping out?
The general area, yeah.
Well, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of this place.
Alright. Let me just gather up a couple of stones on our way out. I'd like to grab a handful of rocks.
Okay.
Underdark rocks.
There are many of those here.
Now, we said we saw moonlight, right? Or daylight?
A pale, whitish glow. You would recognize it as moonlight.
Ah. Looks like it's far into the evening. Perhaps it's best for us to wait till sunrise.
I'd really like to get outside if you don't mind.
Well, yes, of course. I didn't mean wait in the cave.
Oh, I can't wait to feel the air on my face and look up at the moon, see a sky littered with stars. It's been far too long. Hey, Hey, Stro. Did you finally remember how you got to the Underdark?
I do not. I want to remember that. Some underground tower. That's all I remember. With a cave in.
An underground tower.
Those exist per our last.
They 100% do. Schrodinger, remind me after this session. I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but that's actually a very good tie-in. So there's somebody that you're going to run into that you know later.
Okay.
Yeah, just sometime after the session, before next session, remind me that you remember an underground tower, but not much else about how you got down there.
Well, perhaps getting back home might stir some memories up for you. Where is home for
Indeed.
you?
Don't quite remember that as far. I remember being near the water. It's not wanting to ever go too close to it.
Well, let's continue this conversation outside.
So
Perhaps we could see some water from where our vantage point is.
continuing to walk as you all have this conversation, you now turn a corner and see an opening up ahead. The sounds of the trees blowing, grass waving in the wind is almost a cacophony now after so much silence down here in the Underdark. You can see the opening and you see bright moonlight shining down into it.
I think I'm going to cry. Look, moonlight. She looks at her companions to see if they're also about to cry.
Sareth looks very nervous. He keeps looking up. You can see him kind of he's almost holding onto the walls as he inches closer to the opening.
Right.
You don't have to be afraid, Sareth. It's not like you're going to fall upwards.
His eyes like go wide and he looks towards you. It's like that happens.
It could.
Takes a deeper.
He's just pulling your leg, Sereth. Relax.
Yes, perhaps somebody could, perhaps an anchor? Rocks in the shoes, would that do it?
Sure.
And just how high up is the ceiling out there?
Well, it's very high. Once you look up, you won't be able to see it.
What?
I believe that shiny... You'll understand. The shiny or big orb in the sky. I believe it is Aramis' god, I think. Something about the moon. You'll
He
be able to
swallows
see
the lump in
firsthand
his throat.
what he's been teaching you.
I believe I'm about as ready as I'm going to be. He looks down towards Stool. You don't seem too concerned by this. Big Stool kind of just shrugs. Which reminds me. Big Stool. Oh no, he's just regular size now. That's too big. There we go.
He's more humanoid-ish.
Yes. He is indeed. He's got little stubby arms now.
So as we take a step out, while the air is beautiful, I still don't recommend us sleeping under the stars.
Would you rather go back into the cave and sleep?
Schrodinger, I have brought the cave with us. I'll take out a large stone from the my pouch that I took. Yes, I've been saving the spell. Can't really use it when we were down there. And I will cast Gulder's Tower.
Ooh.
I've had it for a long time, and I took away spells and I never used it. I just don't know how many floors it can be.
It's this 2-story tower.
Right.
I will cast it at 4th level. It is a 3-story tower.
Fantastic.
Wow.
So, exiting out into the open air. The moon, high up in the sky, shining brightly down on all of you. You have made it out.
Oh, does the background not repeat? Did it once.
I think Roll20 is having a bit of a problem today. It was definitely... I actually got some host servers not found errors earlier today, so I think they're having the struggle bus, because this is an animated background, but it just doesn't seem to be working right now.
It animated but didn't repeat.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen some of the animation that looked neat.
So I'll make a 3-story tower made of stone.
Fantastic.
How many stones did I get?
How many did you want to get?
I'm going to put them in my backpack.
Yeah, there was no shortage of stones down there, Gresh. You could have taken as many as you wanted that you could reasonably carry.
All right, I'll just put 10 under dark stones.
Cool.
I took 11 originally. Counts as one.
Got it.
Right this way. And the first floor is going to have sort of a banquet hall and a staircase leading to the second floor in the very
Nice.
back.
I call top bunk.
This is quite fancy, Gresh.
Yes, a much more accommodating abode than what we are used to. If you don't mind, though, please remove your shoes and place your capes on the rack over there.
Oh my goodness. Gresh, you have a sauna in this washroom.
It's a bath, but yes, you could sit in it a while. Splash around if you like.
Well, that's very civilized. Sarah's getting a little excited.
And as far as top bunk, Cillian, you will all have separate beds. Unfortunately, the intricacies of the rooms aren't the best.
We can always take a bed and put one on top of another. We'll create top bunk.
Suppose if you're feeling lonely, I don't see why not.
Is there a roof to stand on?
Yes, there's 3
Got-
stories.
look out on?
You can go to the top of the 3rd floor. You should be able to see pretty far. So each story is 10 feet tall, so I guess you'd be 30 feet up.
Nice.
Does say that there's an observatory with a telescope, map, and a map of the night sky.
Does it really?
Holy crap, there is!
What the
There-
hell?
Yeah, I'm
Haven't
in the
seen
middle of
it.
reading this entire thing, and I'm just like, this spell's
Yeah.
pretty baller.
That's where I got the
And
sauna,
sauna
benches.
benches.
From. That's where I got the. I wasn't making it up.
I wasn't
Walking
making it
toilets,
Oh, I
watchtub,
did-
magical brazier and sauna benches.
I was like, oh, there's a washroom with toilets. Is that what she's talking about? And a bathtub? Not
No,
a
the
sauna.
benches.
There is
Oh, okay.
according to the spell, there is a literal sauna.
That's
All right.
where I'll be. Excuse me, everyone.
So while this was going on, Sareth was just like standing just outside of the entrance to the cave, just like staring up with his jaw just open. And as soon as the tower comes up, he looks at it and runs inside. And you see him like hug the wall as he gets in. Looking up, you can see him like very much enjoying the ceiling over his head. He's like,
I'll walk really close to him, almost uncomfortably so. Sareth, take a deep whiff. What do you smell? Keep in mind the rock is made of a stone from the Underdark.
oh, smells like home.
Yes.
Thank you, Gresh. Thank you. This will certainly
with my pleasure.
take some getting used to. Out there, I mean.
Of course. Must be strange.
What happens if something falls from that high up? If there's a cave-in?
Well, in about 24 hours there will be a cave-in, but that's mostly planned due to the spell ending.
No, I mean out there. Out there, the ceiling that's so high that we can't see it. What if it caves in?
The cave-ins would the stars will fall from the sky.
Yes,
That doesn't seem to be helping.
Schrodinger, perhaps go to the observatory that I knew was here the whole time and show Sareth the way.
Come, Seraph. This is the way. And
Will we be able to
look at.
see the ceiling?
Yes, and you'll also be able to see outside as well. Get a closer look at what is above.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
Lead Sereth up the stairs to wherever the observatory is. And once there, just show him what a telescope is, and tell Sereth to put his eye up towards it and see if he can find the ceiling from above.
All I see is black and these shimmering lights.
The black is it's unexplainable. The shimmering lights are the stars in the sky.
And those are what falls. If there's a cave in.
They could fall. It's not known to for hundreds of thousands of years.
We seem to be living in an age of unprecedented events.
Indeed, there are rare occasions of rocks to come down and strike the earth. Some people turn those rocks into materials and create weapons.
Fascinating. He actually seems comforted by the fact that things can fall from up there. It's almost like home. So while Shro is showing Sareth the observatory and the stars, excuse me, Eldeth would ask you, Gresh, if there's a map room. Get some bearings of where we are.
There is a study, yes. There should be some literature. I believe the observatory itself has a star chart. You could consult both.
Excellent. While the gnomes of Blingdenstone told you generally where you would exit from, getting a better idea of exactly where you are is definitely high up on at least Eldeth's priority list. So, with that... So I did make a small mistake last session when I was explaining to you who Eldeth is. She is the great niece of Brunner of Brutal Battlehammer.
Oh, okay.
Not his daughter.
Okay.
So related, but not that closely related.
So she needs to go to Gauntlgrim to see Brunar?
Indeed.
Oh.
She would say that not only would you be rewarded greatly for seeing her so safely returned, but the dwarves of Gauntlgrim would be the best equipped and prepared to lead a force against the demons that are arraying down there. So, that in mind, she says that the journey there will take no less than 6 days. Although, she says that if you're willing to add a day to that, there is a hamlet between you and them known as Longsaddle. It would be an excellent place to rest, recuperate, sell off some of your gear, and perhaps acquire some better gear before continuing the rest of the journey to Gauntlgrim. She says that is up to you if you all feel like making a stop, but Underdark goods would sell very well up here on the surface as opposed to a place like Gauntlgrim or Mithril Hall where they have more access to them.
A worthy enough plan.
Aye, sounds good to me.
Yes, I'm aboard with this.
Sorry, what was that?
Yes, I'm on board with this.
Well, we should get rested up. I can provide the housing, but as far as food and finer luxuries, the utensils are there. Not sure, Sarah, if you brought anything.
Oh, I think I've got a few things left in my bag. Actually, Cillian, do you got a couple sausage? Or did you eat them all?
Oh no, I saved some for you guys. I'm not completely heartless. Just might want to warm them up over a fire, you know? Bring them back to life. They were good.
We can always roast them on the magical fire that's in here. It would be almost like camping.
Sounds good.
First, we'll take a seat.
How many sausages you got there, Cillian?
Oh, I've
We'll
got,
divvy them up.
I'd say a half a dozen left.
Oh.
I meant to hand them out after that little, after that scary thing that kept blinking us around. I meant to hand them out, but got distracted with the Jelly King.
Well, it's a good thing that you held on to them, and they didn't get any of the Jelly King onto them.
Well, I only took them all because I know, had you guys woken up that day, you would have just made a run on them, and then we had some big business to handle. I figured they'd be good reward. Just, wipe off the pocket lint. I'm sorry. And then Cillian would hit the sauna and then go lay on the roof under the stars.
Hell yeah.
Probably in a towel. Just air drying under the stars.
Make sure you don't get on the lens of the telescope while Sereth is watching.
If there's a pull off way on the door handle, I'm naked, so knock.
Awesome. So this tower, Gresh, it is fully visible as a tower from the outside. It just looks like a 3-story tower, just sitting out in the middle of the
3-story
field.
stone. Yep, just
Nice.
goes pop.
Pop. Awesome.
You ever watch Naruto?
No, I have not.
Oh, never mind. It's like the wood jutsu houses the guy can make.
I like how if you cast it every single day for an entire year, this tower becomes permanent.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. Oh, cool. Yeah, I just looked up the house. Very cool.
Literally just kind of grows out of the ground. There you go, 3-story. And by the way, each floor is 100 feet long.
Jeez, it's like a full-blown hall.
It's gig. It's not it's not you're going into like a single room. It is gigantic.
Awesome. Jeez, this is really cool. Where'd this spell come from?
I asked you about it a while.
Yeah, I definitely...
It comes from something. It comes from something. Actually, a long time ago.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on.
I totally forgot, and I remember approving it. And this is a super cool spell.
Is it a Strixhaven spell?
No, it's got to be a third party.
Lost Laboratory of Qualish.
Yeah, okay. It's one of the big time DM's Guild supplements. One of the big ones.
Well, I dragged it in there. I did not copy and paste that bad boy. So.
Did you not? That makes sense because they recently uploaded all the stuff from the DM's Guild into Roll20, which is my compendiums are so fucking hard to navigate now. Oh, it's it's a DM's Guild. It's a DM's Guild supplement. Very cool. Published officially by Wizards. Interesting.
Official content. I can use it. Pop.
Yeah. No. You're good to go. I just didn't recognize it at first, and I was curious. Very cool.
Shame I cannot make any servants, and Schrodinger seems to have run out.
Just the one. The other one burned to death.
Re-death. Very cool. Well, alright everyone. You may all proceed with your evening as you wish. The rest of the evening does pass without event. Your pursuers are slain. Most things that are wise stay away from Underdark entrances, lest beasts of the Underdark venture out. So, you are safe here. And you are, in fact, right here, on the edge of the Lurkwood, near the River Cerbrin, a northern estuary of it. It's a bit brisk. you are very close to the spine of the world here, so it is a bit brisk. Cillian, you wouldn't be freezing up there, but it would definitely be bracing for you up on the roof. But being from the general area, I doubt that's much of a problem for you.
I'm doing the hot cold blast from the sauna to the roof. It's fully after all that Underdark dust.
Right. Well, all right. All right, everybody. You may all take a long rest.
Hooray. Oh, if we stay here for a year before we go back to Underdark, we have permanent outpost.
Oh, that reminds me. There was also a bit of a discrepancy in what I told you of how long you would be up here. Your time up here is likely to, I mean, it's really up to you all, but it is expected to be only a couple of weeks, not a couple of months like I thought. A couple of months, the Underdark is going to be a very, very different place. 14 and a 4. That's actually pretty good. And you get to add modifiers and stuff to that too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. That's pretty good. That's what you want to see.
There's still time before we have to head out. We could gather up breakfast.
Suggesting some hunting.
I believe Cillian might know the area, might be able to catch us something substantial.
He hasn't rolled off the roof in his sleep.
I didn't hear any screaming.
No thud to notice.
All right, everyone. Once your rest is complete, you would wake up to the sun on your faces shining in through whatever windows this tower of magical creation may bear. Sun shines in. You hear birds chirping. It is a beautiful day on the surface.
Cillian will stow away his super stylish edgelord Poafwi. Get destroyed.
Right. Sereth would be wrapped up in blankets over his head, around his shoulders. Says, as he exits, he says, "The moon! The moon has turned against me! What is that ball of fiery death up there?
That is what is called the sun.
It's terrible! It hurts!"
Just make sure you don't look at it. You could go blind.
What? What evil is this place?
And it's known as the surface hell.
I've heard it called the hell above, but I've never really understood why until now. Sky could fall for miles, great burning spheres of fire in the air.
That's just two of the things you've discovered so far. There's still a lot more for you to find.
You are not helping.
If it helps at all, there is a notable lack of demon princes up here. So, you know.
That is good. That does.
That's a win.
That is in fact a win. Thank you. He looks to Eldeth. So, Gauntlgrim, a dwarven mine, yes? And Eldeth would nod. I vote we get there as quickly as we can.
All right. Well, Eldeth, which way?
Having gotten her bearings, Eldeth would say that there's a few different ways. You could hug the Lurkwood, but as I'm sure many of you know, the Lurkwood is full of pretty nasty things. That would be the easiest way to prevent from getting lost, but if you'd like to cut southwest, you could travel along the Somber Hills until Long Saddle. Those are the two options she would recommend. Hug the Lurkwood until you get to the main road, the long road, and then follow that south to Long Saddle. Or, a little bit faster, cut southwest directly to Long Saddle. So, either like that, or like that.
Oh, we're already through the wood itself?
You are in the woods, right here. Just on the outskirts of the woods. Like, the tree cover is very light and sparse, but if you were to look north, you would see forest, and if you were to look east, you would see forest.
So we either go over the hilly terrains or risk something coming out of the woods. Either way sounds fun.
While the woods could attack us, it could offer us a place to escape if something else were to come.
That is true as well. Some of our more fearful of the day friends might find the shade comforting. Gives Sereth a side eye when saying that.
Sereth is, like, so wrapped up in, like, blankets and sheets that he doesn't notice.
They vote
Sarah.
along the trees.
Sarah comes sleepily out of the sauna.
Did you sleep in there?
Oh, I did. So very warm.
You look like a raisin.
Oh, it was so nice to be, well, somewhere that kind of looked like a forge with the little brazier burning all night. It's very nice. I feel refreshed and ready to go wherever the winds blow me. That, and would you believe I found half a butter tart crushed at the bottom of my little bag. Couldn't be a better morning.
Me and Grash were just determining if hunting was a wise decision for breakfast today.
Yes, might be able to find something before we head out. Seems like we got a long journey ahead of us.
So we might find the most animals around around the Lurkwoods. We're still waiting for Cillian to return from his sleeping position on top of the roof.
Oh, I'm right here. What do you want? Rabbit? Deer? Whatever I can find?
Yes,
Yes, whatever you can find.
if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, Cillian will go out and try and pick off a couple rabbits or whatever he can find.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check. Okay, with the 12 you can get a couple conies. A couple rabbits.
A brace of conies.
A brace of conies. It's almost like we were talking about Lord of the Rings earlier. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
I'll gather some water if I can.
I
Okay.
can start a fire.
There's a continual one.
That's correct. Forgot about the magical essence of it. The spell is far more advanced than the tiny hut that I am accustomed to.
Unfortunately, a bit less safe. And obvious.
Well, the cave that you built this next to it seemed to help out. People were doing things away.
I can see if I can provide a bit more accommodations, but I'll be able to find that out once I get back to Candlekeep. Perhaps impart the spell onto you, Schrodinger.
Let's hold on to it for now. I'll be on my way to Luskin, and who knows? The wizards there might have some assistance for us, or allow me to get some assistance to better aid the group.
All right. So, after cooking your breakfast inside of the Galder's tower using the continual flame and the rabbits captured by Cillian and fresh crystal clear water pulled from the Sumber River estuaries nearby, I'll have a great breakfast. Sareth continues to only feel comfortable when he's inside of the tower, but he's becoming less and less outwardly weary, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, after you've all finished your meal, it's time to hit the road. Let's get 3 d20s. Let's go in order here. Let's have Aura, Cable, and Plax. Go ahead and roll d20s.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Fantastic. Okay. All right, everybody. So, out on the road, following the Lurkwood tree line westward, your first day does pass by without any major incident. A beautiful day out on the road. Well, beautiful by most standards. Stool wandering around and kind of poking at random fungal life that he sees up here, trying to talk to it unsuccessfully. Most of the fungal life up here is non-sentient or sapient. But doesn't stop Stool from trying. Every now and then, if he sees a particularly fancy specimen, he will pluck it and just stick it onto his shoulder. Within an hour of that, it is a new piece of himself. He's cultivating a bit of a flower patch on himself right now.
Always good to cultivate mass.
Stool would wholeheartedly agree. So, that is 25 miles. You know, I didn't scale this map quite properly. Let me see if I can do that real quick so we can actually see our distance traveled. Grid cell distance. 5 feet. $250 each square. So half, okay. Each square is about 10 miles, it looks like. Let's see if my math is right there. No. Woot! Okay, so each square is about 25 miles. So, put you Bell back on the map and show you how far you've made it. Starting your adventure on the surface world. Up here. Can everybody see that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you all would have made it about 25 miles. So you'd make it to about there. So, same deal as the night before, Gresh, or anything different this time as far as your tower setup?
Since we are so close to the wood, I will just take a few sticks and make a lurkwood tower. I will keep it slightly smaller than the tree, so I'll keep it, I'll only cast it regular, so it's only 20 feet tall.
Okay, cool.
Still 100 feet wide, though. It's massive.
Nice, very cool.
This time it's made of polished wood. A fine mahogany.
Awesome. Alright. After a full day outside, Sereth, taking a cue from Cillian, would have stashed his Pawafwi. And yeah, Eldeth's obviously very eager to get home, always trying to push just a little bit farther, an extra mile, another mile or two, but those of you from the surface know that it is unsafe to travel at night, especially this close to the Lurkwood. So, after some poking and prodding, Eldeth would chill out and make camp for the evening, as is the wise thing to do. So yeah.
So, Eldeth, you're the great niece of King Brunor.
Well, yes, I try not to make a big deal out of it. People tend to act strange when they feel like they're around royalty, you know?
So, Eldeth. And she says the same words again, like she was just mesmerized by what clarifier. So you're the great niece of King Bruno. Have you met the king?
She nods. He comes to birthdays and graduations and those kind of things, yes?
And her mouth is kind of gaping open. And what's he like? Like, I've heard the stories of his greatness and his kindness. And he's a little surly as well.
As
Is
well.
it true?
I can't attest to his greatness outside of what I've heard. I haven't seen it with my own eyes. But kindness, I can certainly attest to. And the surliness is certainly not misrepresented. He's, can get kind of rowdy sometimes, especially if, he believes himself to have been slighted or offended in some way. I've seen him... Well, I guess that kind of goes to his greatness. I have seen him crush a knight's helm, not on his head, of course, simply because the knight said that there was stronger ale to be had in Neverwinter.
Haha, like a true dwarven king. But tell me this. Have you met his daughter?
Oh God, what's her name? Bryn?
Catty Bree.
Catty Bree, thank you. She says, yes, of course, I've met Catty Bree several times. I wouldn't impose as to call her a close friend, but a friend, certainly.
Oh, well that then begs the question.
I have not met Drizzt Do'Urden.
Oh, you haven't.
She says, I'm asked this question so often, you have no idea. No, I have not met Drizzt. I have heard many a story about him, though, and I have met others who have met him.
Have you met Rumblebelly?
The halfling?
Yeah,
No.
The halfling. Yeah, Regis. No? Oh, okay.
No, I've not met Regis. From what I understand, he's still happily living very far to the south of here.
Well, I'm just amazed. I spent all this time with you, and I didn't really know who you were.
She nods and she says, and you see why I didn't say anything until we were out here. No need to be distracted by all of this, especially in a place like down there.
It's true. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get all up in your face about it. But you see, I've never met the king. I've been in his service for years, but... oh, to meet someone who's actually met him... I'm humbled.
He is really a great dwarf.
So you think Bruno will want to put together forces to go back into the Underdark to
For
fight
certain.
the demons?
Without a shadow of a doubt. I would honestly be surprised if he hasn't already caught wind of it and is making preparations as we speak.
And do you think you'll go and fight with them?
She nods, of course. There are few better suited to lead an expedition in the Underdark than myself and, of course, all of you. Very few people on the surface could tout the same experience that we now garner.
Well, of course the king has my sword and shield, but... I don't know about these. Like... Gresh and Shro and Cillian, would you be willing to fight under the king of dwarves?
Maybe not underneath of him, but definitely alongside of him.
I meant under his banner, not under him.
That is quite the high ask.
I've never heard of the king of Gontargred. Or met the man. I'll have to see who he is in person.
Of course. I mean, I'm sworn to his service, but the lot of you have got your freedom.
You being sworn to his service doesn't make you free.
I'm a soldier in an army, and he is the captain of the army. So I serve him.
And if your king was to say, do not return to the Underdark, would you listen?
I have to know his reason why. He's a very wise king. He's always made the right decisions in the past. But I'd have to see his reasoning. But a soldier always follows her unit.
A good soldier may follow orders, but it's always best to think for oneself.
Don't know that I've ever done that.
Ask Cillian how it feels.
How does it feel, Cillian? Did you break with your unit?
Well, none of them ever really made it. I never saw them in the prisons or anything, so... I think anyone I ever really cared about is probably dead. So, a banner is just a bolt of cloth. Wherever you guys fight, I will fight beside you.
Sarah kind of nods, thinking about the words that Shro and Cillian have said.
Okay. And with that, we'll move on to the following day, everybody. So, once again, waking to a beautiful morning above ground. No rocks, no evil drow, no demon princes breathing over your shoulder. Another beautiful day is upon you all. Let's have... who rolled the lowest? Let's have Gresh, Cillian, and Shro roll d20s for today. Wow. You guys are just trying to make this a boring trip, aren't you? Or restful. Rejuvenating.
Let's roll on the lucky magic ultimate chest that we find along the way, buried underneath a tree,
Right?
covered in roots. Do I smell any orcs about? I haven't wet my blade in a while. Oh, what a great story. I close my book. A hero, that one.
Was that from your massive bookshelf?
Yes. A children's story about slaughtering orcs.
Wow. It's a rather gruesome for children's story.
Yes, but a lot of valuable lessons.
Sereth would disagree and say that that one was rather tame to the ones that he's known.
Yes, Sareth, I get it. You have so many stories that are better than these.
He doesn't say better. More gruesome for children, perhaps.
You have to teach the young ones how to survive, I suppose. We make them wary of the dangers outside of their homes.
All right, everyone. Another day of travel under your belts. I will roll this one myself. Okay.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. All right. Morning. Morning it is. Okay. So, a few hours after you've struck your tower, continued your journey along the Lurkwood. Let's go ahead and get everyone's passive perceptions.
15.
15.
14.
11.
Uranus was like 17.
Uranus is sleeping. He's caught
Indeed.
a virus.
He is communing with his friends and family. Okay. So 15s are what I heard. The 15s can make perception checks. The first thing that you would notice is the stillness about you all. A silence has fallen over the forest to the north. The plains to the south. And Cillian, you begin to hear the beating of great wings. Slowly at first. How do you respond to this, Cillian?
Tell everybody to take cover and look up. I hear wings.
Cillian, as you warn everyone and as you yourself look up, drawing everyone else's eyes skyward, the sun is eclipsed by a massive winged form. A dragon has caught your trail. It circles high above for now, but it does circle. Upon seeing you all, noticing it, looking up towards it, it lets out a colossal roar and plunges down towards the surface.
Can I tell what color it might be?
Just about to ask that.
Make perception checks. The two of you. while the coloration is a little bit indistinguishable as it is flying up above the sun, staring at it is almost like staring at the sun directly. The way that it is flying, it is very intentionally making itself hard to notice, hard to see, as it dives down towards you all. However, judging by the crest of its head, the glimmer of its scales, a green dragon descends upon you all.
I believe this one to be green. It's hard to make out.
Do you know any dragon fighting tactics? Do we scatter?
This one may be acid?
That doesn't help.
It crashes down 30 feet ahead of you all onto a rock outcropping. Crashes down all four of its legs, gripping and crushing the stone beneath its feet as it lets out a colossal roar into your direction. In common, it says, "Behold, Jartosh, the Terrible. My little birds have told me of powerful, powerful, they say, adventurers recently emerged from the deep. You must be laden with treasures and rarities of that subterranean place. I wish them in my collection. Hand over all that you brought with you, and I may let you leave here in one piece."
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's what is this Underdark that you speak of?
Lies! I will not tolerate lies! Schrodinger, you can make a deception check. It continues.
I'm lying. I probably reek of the Underdark.
Says, now not only your treasures, but one of your subterranean companions must also come to me into my collection. He looks between Stool and Sereth and Uranus.
Sarah steps forward in front of them and says, "Well, it's true we've been to the Underdark. I'll have you know we were slaves. What is it, that treasure that you think we possess?"
Slaves freed from their captors, traveled for many weeks beneath the surface, delving into tombs, saving cities. Do you think that one such as I would be unaware of the things happening below my own feet?
Of course you're aware. I wasn't suggesting otherwise. It's just there was slim pickings down there as far as treasure. I mean, I've got this, and she'll bring out her bag of 1,000 marbles. I picked this up in the marketplace in Blingdenstone. Quite pretty they are.
You seem to understand your position. Good. Good. All of you, empty your belongings onto the floor before me.
Look at me. I am dressed in torn clothing. Do I look like I have much to you?
Well, I've got
What I
this bag
can.
of marbles.
I can offer a zombified drow from the Underdark.
Schrodinger, his eyes might not be able to see how valuable that is. Do you mind going up and showing him?
What? The undead drow?
Yes, I'm sure he's never seen anything of its like.
Schrodinger's just gonna order the single undead servant he has to get within like 15 feet of the dragon.
How far did I say he was? 30 feet in front of the closest one? So let's go ahead and back everybody up just a smidge. Okay. Shro, you can go ahead and pull your zombie out. So what do you do?
No, Shro, you need to go. It would be better for someone of a more mortal variety.
I'm not going to step near that.
Shro, did you or did you not send your zombie to it?
I did.
Okay.
Sent the zombie right in front of him. Is one of the undead drow. Don't remember where I got it.
It roars. And a 22, I'm sure, hits, swipes its tail at the zombie, crashing into it with 16 bludgeoning damage, sending the zombie flying. It says, I desire not dead things, treasure, weapons, magical trinkets, whatever you may have found. Upend your bags before me now, or I shall take them off your corpses.
Sidian, would you want to give him the thing you have? That thing that's, that you don't like to take out in a day.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so
Okay.
Sarah dropped. Oh look, I've got the bag of marbles, and she tosses it on the ground to about wherever she can toss it to. I've got a deck of cards. You interested in that?
It seeds, quite literally. It gets its head low, lets out this hiss. You can see green vapors drifting away from its maw. I know you have more than these trinkets.
I have a brazier. It's made of solid brass.
I've got a giant basilisk tooth.
Alright, y'all.
I just have this brass brazier. Nothing else.
Cillian, I'm gonna whisper. Cillian.
What?
Punch the dragon in the face.
I mean, this whole time I've been trying to say clever. I want to be clever and be like, oh, I picked up these and just like throw my crossbow bolts at them.
Trust me, just do it.
With a 25 perception, the dragon, you wish to fight me? Go on then. Punch me. And it lowers its head. It gets a few feet closer. Right here. And it points at its big green jaw.
Well, it's not that we want to fight you per se.
Then drop your belongings. All of them.
I'm gonna pat Cillian on the butt. Give him the old nod.
I'm not really a punchy sort. That's kind of Sarah's thing.
I think the time for talking is over. Punching is the way out. Do it.
This nice necklace that's missing its beads. Would that do?
It is a start. It is good that you understand your situation. Give me the necklace and whatever else you may carry, and I will let you
I
leave.
don't have any gold on me, but this beadless necklace will do.
Oh, no beads?
Yep, it's no beads.
Okay. You have he seems irritated now instead of what I just said.
I found it like this. I don't know what it is. It could be valuable.
It roars to the sky, shrieking, "Enough! I may damage some of your belongings, some of your treasure, but it is worth it to avoid further annoyance.
We're just trying to comply. The Underdark doesn't have too many riches that you speak of.
Beats its wings and flies 20 feet up and says, "Last chance. Upend all of your bags now or die."
Sarah will empty her bag on the ground, but not take out her sword.
Okay.
There you go.
What was in
I
your
think-
bag, Sarah?
Oh, okay. So, her bag. So, she had a deck of cards, a holy symbol, insignia of rank, short sword, long sword, common clothes, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, torch, rations, water skin, hempen rope.
Okay, so you don't have any of the magic items except for Dawnbringer.
I have Dawnbringer, and I have my Stone of Luck.
Okay. Did your Stone of Luck empty out onto the floor?
Oh no.
Okay.
And to follow in Sarah's footsteps and empty out my backpack.
Are there any magic items inside of it?
Now, he's going to be very disappointed with what he finds.
Okay. As you two begin emptying your bags, it does descend back onto its rock and looks approvingly at you all.
Got a small knife, a belt, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, torches, water skin, hemp rope with some crickets, some herbs. some
That's
gum.
fine. Are any of the magic items in your bag, Shro?
Nope, I'm just letting him know he's
Okay.
he's going to be very disappointed with what he sees.
Okay.
Sarah will ask, I do have some spider silk rope from the Underdark. Don't know that it's common up here. Would you be interested?
It hisses. We make progress.
Well, the thing is, it's braided into my hair. I don't suppose you could get it out for me.
It jumps. Where are you here, Sarah?
Oh,
don't see you
I
on the
kind
map
of moved.
anymore.
I'm right here.
Oh, I see you. Okay, it's doing the weird thing where I don't see you on my map, but you are on the OBS map, so that's fine. Sarah, it leaps off of its rock and in one smooth, swooping motion crashes down, looming over you. And it leans down and inspects your hair and takes one razor-sharp claw and slices. Where is it? Is it in like a ponytail or something like that?
It's in my braid.
It would attempt to slice your braid off.
How rude. Do I have a moment to
Yeah.
react to
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
As she feels his claw, her braid is her pride. As she feels the claw starting to pull and tug at the strands of her braid, she will spin on one foot towards him, throw up her shield, and bring out Dawnbringer and attack.
Fantastic. It roars in surprise, expecting compliance, but faced with, well, defiance. It is surprised. We are going to roll initiative as soon as we get back from our break. All right, everybody. We are back. The green dragon has landed before you, demanding all of your treasure. Rumors and whispers of your great exploits have reached its draconic ears, and it wishes to extort you for all of your cool stuff and maybe a cool Underdark person or two from your collection, as it would call it. You all managed to convince it that you were going to comply, and as it dove in to take the spider silk from Sarah's hair, Sarah wheeled on the beast and attacked. And we will now roll initiative. Good shit. Okay. Sarah, you will get to strike first, and then we will begin initiative as normal.
Okay. Did he cut my braid off?
He did not. You
Okay.
You managed to prevent that from happening.
Okay. So yeah, she wheels on one foot, pushing forward with her shield in her left hand. She brings Dawnbringer out of its sheath. I think I forgot to tell you about one thing. And she brings Dawnbringer in front of its beady eyes and plunges forth into its abdomen.
Fantastic.
Oh, before she does that, she's going to bonus action Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Then she does that. 22.
22 hits.
Alright. Okay. Uh, 12 radiant,
All right.
and she will strike again. Do you like how the sunlight just comes right off the blade? And she strikes again
28 hits.
with another 8, and she's gonna she will add a smite onto that as well. So 2d8. So she musters all her strength, and a light starts to come out, bursts at the seams of her armor, and attacks the dragon for 4
Okay.
extra.
Okay. Cillian.
He has died of fear. Oh, you died. Wait, where'd you go?
Fast as fuck, boy.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Alright. Where is it? Hold on. I don't know why I did that, but bonus action Hunter's Mark. Still trying to get this sheet right. And first attack. Should happen anytime.
23 hits.
For 19.
Okay.
And for my second attack on this turn, I will do keep going, Sarah. She gets to use a free attack.
Nice. Twenty hits.
Add that to the damage. All right. Surge of the action. 2 more attacks.
Okay. It hits.
$18 total on that one.
Nice, nice.
And actually, no. We'll do. And 1 more attack. Oh, I pressed the wrong
Wait.
thing. It was supposed to be
Oh, you're not. It's not.
right?
Yeah, it's not parry.
No, yeah. That's what I meant. Another 17, 23.
Jesus, okay.
That's all.
Back to you, Sarah.
It's a flurry of arrows coming across from over her shoulder, hitting one after the other, and she has that opportunity to get a sword strike in from Cillian. She now continues with her onslaught. So 13 hit?
13 is no good. Bounces
Okay.
harmlessly off its scales.
Perhaps I should try here.
27 hits.
So 14
Oh,
radiant. What?
And sorry, for distracting strike, that would have been an 18 on our first attack.
18 would
right.
miss.
Bummer.
Again, she calls upon the divine energy within her, and she'll smite at 2nd level.
Okay.
3d8.
14, okay.
So 28 total.
Fantastic. All right. Gresh.
Is Doraz here with us?
Yes, he is. I have permission from Vex to run Uranus during combat.
All right, you're not gonna run Uranus. Uranus. Oh, sorry. Uranus. Punch it in the face, and I will cast Polymorph on Uranus
Holy shit, okay.
and turn him to a giant ape.
Giant ape. That's certainly a lot easier to run.
I did it for you.
Alright, I need to pull one in from the compendium. Okay.
And Bear will fly in for a use the help action with fly away. So go in.
All right. Brings us to Aperanus. Go ahead and get the token up and out of the way.
This is what Celestri would want.
So, giant Aperanus is gonna loom up onto its hind legs, eye to eye with the great green beast, pound his chest a few times, and charge.
And it has advantage on its first attack because of help action.
Nice. 26 hits. 25 hits. Jeez. Holy hell.
That's right. He brought a dragon to an ape fight.
He brought a dragon to an ape fight. Okay. Shro.
I'm going to move away closer towards the zombie that's laying on the ground. He looks like it's got something handled. And going to Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
A wisdom save.
It does fail, but then burns a legendary resistance to succeed.
Nice.
Well, against Toll the Dead? It's just gonna take it.
It's gonna take it?
Yeah, it's just a cantrip. It's not gonna burn a legendary resistance on a cantrip.
Smart boy.
Smarter than me.
That is... Is that 2d12 because he's damaged?
Yeah. Okay. Jesus.
A whole 13... What is that? Necrotic damage?
Necrotic, yeah.
Yeah. And the zombie is going to remain Yamcha'd on the ground.
Okay. Not bad. Over half of its hit points in the first round before it even gets to do anything. Not bad at all. Stand by. I need a cone measurer.
You have 6 seconds. Don't kill Uranus. I think he'll...
No, kill him! Kill him!
Okay.
Where
This is in fact an acid cone, but
Oh,
we
he's
are
an
going
eight.
to use
Yeah,
this
yeah,
as a
yeah.
measurer.
Perfect. 10 minutes. Well...
You are 60 feet from it, Gresh, so that would affect you. The cone is just a little wonky. But you are with... whatever. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's pissed enough at Sarah that it is going to... back up a touch. I believe that would provoke an opportunity attack from the ape, but not from Sarah, based on where we were. But that will put Sarah in the cone, but not Gresh. Okay. It looms, jumps back a step, and catching its breath, and it says, "So, the rumors of your exploits were true. You must indeed have treasures of great power. I think I shall start with your sword." And with that, it is going to exhale a 60-foot cone of poisonous gas that is going to hit Sarah, Ape Uranus, and Sereth. I need each of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Does the ape get a opportunity attack because he stepped backwards?
It do. And it misses.
No.
And now for Sereth. Does fail. Sarah, you do succeed. So you will take half of God, dragons are scary! I'm going to press the button now. Good luck, everybody. Okay, it's lower than average. The average is 56, so...
So 23.
23 to you.
But
Oh,
dwarf,
yeah, because you are resistant to poison.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So 12.
Sereth does take the full 46, as does Ape Uranus. Ape Uranus is barely phased by that, though. Now, okay. It is going to bring us to Eldeth.
Okay. Can I have music again?
It's going. Do you not hear it?
No, I think it stopped.
Stop for anybody else?
I can't hear it either.
Okay. Come back.
Yep. Eldeth moved 30 feet back. Gets her magic tipped arrows out and aims at the dragon. Nope.
18 does not hit.
But she will use her archer's eye and shoot even more precisely. The 23 hit?
23 does.
Okay, so 12 piercing.
Hey.
Seeing some of its scales start to get damaged, she aims very closely now to reach that point, and she misses.
Fortunately, aiming small and missing small.
That's her turn.
At the end of Eldeth's turn, Sarah the dragon whips its tail around with a 13 to hit.
You've got an itch, do ya? As she watches the tail just graze by her shield.
It roars in rage. Brings us to Sereth, who is going to book it to cover. But while he does so, he will be drawing his longbow and letting loose with a pair of attacks. Unfortunately at disadvantage, as he has not yet acclimated to the sunlight. One second. At disadvantage, we're going to count the first roll as the roll. That is going to hit. And then the second strike will not strike. So, obviously does not take any poison damage. Alright, that will end Sereth's turn, and at the end of Sereth's turn, the dragon beats its mighty wings, beginning to take to the sky. That will be a dexterity saving throw from both Giant Ape Uranus and from Sarah. Sarah, you succeed, as does the Giant Ape. Withstanding the gale of wind that comes bursting towards you all. You are unaffected by this gust. However, the dragon does fly 40 feet straight up, provoking opportunity attacks from Sarah and Uranus.
Oh, I thought we were getting acquainted, and off you go.
It just roars back at you, Sarah. It is not fucking around anymore.
17 misses.
17 does miss. And the ape, with a fist, misses as well. The dragon is now flying 40 feet up. Mm-hmm.
As Sarah makes her attack, I will use my not miracle dice, my portent dice of 14.
To turn that into a 23.
Yep.
Sarah, you hit.
Oh, we'll get a little bit more acquainted before you go. And I'll add another second level smite to that. So 3. Okay. 17.
17. Okay. Y'all are so strong.
Just wait till I cast Gravity Well on him.
Oh my god.
Bring him right on down.
Bring him right on down. Okay. That was the end of Saret's turn. That all of that madness happened. Cillian, we're back to you.
So how far up in the air is he?
40 feet up.
Okay.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Oh, just once.
Pew. 14's no good.
I will use sessional.
Okay. 27 certainly hits.
And one more distracting strike.
Okay. Okay.
16 total.
Fantastic.
My turn.
Sarah.
So, it's 40 feet up in the air. She technically threw her javelins on the ground, correct?
Yes. But you could reach down and pick them up. That would be a free action.
Okay, so she will launch a javelin at him.
Okay. No joy. That hits, though. 9 piercing.
That's pretty good for a javelin.
Not bad, right.
Wait, are javelins strength or dex based? Are they strength? They're strength
I
based.
think they're
right?
strength based, yeah.
Okay. No, that's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure thrown weapons are strength based. With the exception of a couple of them, like daggers.
And I think that's it.
Like throwing a spear is definitely strength based.
No, it's all good.
I think
I'm
she's
just
going
curious
to.
now, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
Oh no, he's up in the air.
He's up in the air, yeah, you're not going to take opportunity
Yeah, yeah.
attacks from him right now.
Yeah, moving. I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Gresh.
Alright. Seems that I got him right where I want him. I will cast... Yeah, whatever. I'll just cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
Okay.
So it's...
You said 3rd level?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
So-
4, 5. 5 total.
Okay, so 15 force.
I'll scooch over here. He's 40 feet up. You know what? Caw-caw, caw-caw.
Caw-caw!
Help action. Can't really get too far. It's like right here, and they 40 feet up, 10 feet away.
Okay. Sarah, can you still hear the
Help
music?
Yep.
Alright. Anything else from you, Gresh?
No.
Brings us to Ape Aranis, who is going to huck a rock. Reaching down and picking up a massive stone from the ground, Aranis lets out a roar and hurls it up at the dragon with a 22 and hits. Jesus! Rock crashes into the dragon, lets out a roar of surprise, barely keeping itself in the air. Ape Aranis pounds his chest a few times. Ooh. Tro.
Oh, that's a dream.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking that.
Oh, this is
To
so
cast
good.
magic missile at 3rd level.
So that is going to be 5
5.
bolts. Yeah. 20. Jesus.
Just had streaks of bolts come right at it.
God damn.
And
Okay.
It's up in the air. The zombie's not going to be any use. Just going to lay there like a Yamcha.
Okay. Sarah, being as you're the one who would take the brunt of this attack, you can roll a d6 to see if it recharges its poison breath. On a 5 or a 6, you are going to get a face full of poison. Okay. Alright. Oh man, what does it do? Pride, survival, green dragon.
It's not a red dragon, it's not a white dragon, it's not a black dragon.
I think the pride takes place for the green dragon. I will allow it a wisdom save. Okay. It lets out a bellow of rage and swoops down right at you, Sarah. Muttering in Draconic, shouting of how dare you puny things believe you have what it takes to destroy one such as him. His pride overwhelming his better sense, he is going to dive straight at you, Sarah. And he is going to throw everything he's got at you. So, with this terrifying display of power and force, I will first need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. DC is 16. On a failure, you are afraid.
I'm going to take that sessional.
I'm gonna take a sessional.
Okay. Uranus does begin to quake. Quite the impressive sight for one so huge. Cillian, you also are struck by fear of this massive display. It then begins to attack Sarah. First, bringing both of its front claws down and swiping motions at you, Sarah. With a 22 and a 29 to hit.
22 misses. 29 hits.
Fantastic. For 15 slashing. It then roars, and its elongated neck, much like a snake, snaps out. Bite you. The bite is a 26 to hit. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just calculating my first damage. So in the moment that it comes down to bite me, she reacts. You see her quickly jiggle her shoulder. A tiny marble rolls down her armor sleeve down to the tip of her sword, and she flicks. And a marble flies up into the dragon's eye. And I cast Silvery Barbs.
Oh my god. Okay. The bite must re-roll. Creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself that succeeds an attack roll. Yep. Okay. Here's the re-roll. Rolling it out in the open.
How do you know that spell? Where'd you get it?
Where'd you get that? Sarah, 21 to hit.
That misses. I found it in one of your books. I found it in one of your books, Crash. When you weren't looking, I read it.
You're so smart.
Jeez. The
21.
marble strikes it square in its wide open eye. It, at the last second, flinches off to the side. And misses. Okay. Oof. Wow. Okay. What's Eldeth do?
Okay, so then my second part is I can choose a different creature within range.
Yes.
To then... I just don't know. Oh, okay, Cillian. Yeah, so I will give Cillian advantage on his next attack, ability, or saving throw within the next minute. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Eldith will... longbow time.
Yeah.
Seeing Sarah and the ape looking a little bit bloodied, she sharpens up her aim and releases her arrow. She will use Archer's Eye to steady herself. That.
To be 5 or better. She hits.
Okay, 10. And she releases now another arrow. Its scales starting to look weathered and worn. That's a miss.
That is.
Okay, she'll use her last Archer's Eye to attempt. 23?
23 hits.
Okay, so 10.
Oh, 19 would have hit. I'm sorry. She didn't need to use that Archer's Eye.
Oh, okay.
19 is it.
Okay.
Okay. So another 10.
What she will do is she can use that Archer's Eye to add 4 to the damage. So
Okay.
she'll do that instead. 14.
14. Okay. At the end of Eldeth's turn, the dragon begins cursing you all in Draconic, swearing to seek you out and exact its revenge when you least expect it. On the darkest day during your darkest hour, he will be there to devour you. And he is going to swipe his mighty wings. I need the giant ape, Sarah, and Bear to make dexterity saving throws.
Good lord. Haven't I been through enough?
Okay. Oh. Everybody fails that. What a shit roll. Okay. So, everybody does take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you are knocked to the ground and tumbled away. Now, you are prone. My question is, do prone characters get opportunity attacks? Okay, you can, but you will have disadvantage. So Sarah, it is attempting to fly away. It is going 40 feet straight up again.
Just as she's finding herself knocked back, she's enough thrust to bring her up.
Oh, that hits. 13 and 8, or just 13?
Yeah, 13. And she... Oh, can she... Yeah, she can smite on an op attack.
She
where's
can. Sarah?
She will smite at 2nd level.
Okay.
That is her... 3d8. And as she falls backward, this luminous light flows from her and makes contact with the dragon.
Oh my god, what a smite. Sarah, how do you take this beast down? It has just flapped its enormous wings, threatened you all violently, and is attempting to fly into the sky to make good on its escape when you...
Yeah, so its wings beat. She's tripped and knocked off her feet, and as she falls, you see her little feet going up into the air, and her arm just reaches up and like clips it in the ankle, and what her sword cannot complete and finish, that's when her divine power surges through her arms, through her fingertips, racing down the blade and shooting up through the dragon's ankle and up through its skull.
It roars, its massive reptilian snake-like neck whipping back and forth several times before it crashes down onto the ground, its head striking the earth, tongue lolling out and green poison dribbling away from it. The beast is slain. Jeez, he did not know what he was getting into, did he?
No.
No, he did not. And off of this beast's back rolls its most recent finds. So, as you all recover from this frightful, but overall, not too dangerous encounter, apparently. Let's have Sarah, you struck the killing blow. Roll a d100, please. 33, you say. Okay. Roll 3d6. Okay. 15. Ooh, good roll. Good roll. Okay. So, Sarah, in the satchel that rolls off of this creature's back, its most recent finds, you do find 15 gems worth 50 gold each. And then roll 6d6, please. I keep trying to remind myself that these kind of dragons would be carrying magic items and other such shit with them, but I always keep forgetting, so it will have its most recent loot on its back, though. Like, I have this miniature that really just encapsulates what I want dragons to be going forward. Like, he's got a breastplate on, he's got, like, a sword on his back. Like, they carry these items with them, right? Like, Critical Role, the Legends of Vox Machina just did it. That dragon loved his loot. And, like, kept taking swords, and he would just, like, strap them to himself and shit. But yeah, so 17. So, not too much gold. Oh, geez. Okay, that is more than I thought. 1,700 GP.
Oh.
Times 100. And one last roll, Sarah. Roll 1d... I'm sorry, this is a preemptive to another one, but roll 1d6. Oh, bummer. Okay. You can roll one more d100. 14. So on top of all of the gold and treasures on this beast, there is also... Okay. There is also several vials. Looks like he might have taken down an apothecary or something because he has 5 greater healing potions on him.
Oh, nice. Okay, I put it in the loot bag.
Well, you all certainly handled that well. Yeah, all I did too was from your deception there, Sarah, was not let it use its legendary actions, but until it got to its turn. That was it. Other than that, this was just a straight up fight.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, Aranis. And she'll look way up to him. I didn't know you had such rage in you. I like it.
Now. And I'll
How
wave a
is
hand and stop
everyone?
concentrating on polymorph.
How is everyone feeling?
Real quick, I feel like Uranus would be like quite put off by how brutish he was just acting.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was the deal. No RPing for Uranus. We only get to act as him in combat. So he's back to his meditating, non-vocal self.
Okay. Well, I have to say, Shro, I felt better.
Can perhaps help you out with that. And I learned this trick after watching Uranus for a while. So I'm going to put a hand on Sarah's shoulder and begin to cast Life Transfer.
Oh.
Gain 23 health. Meanwhile, I take 23 damage.
Yeah, that is so crazy. This is the second time I've seen life transference in the past week, and I have literally never seen it cast before that. Right, Shro? You've never cast that before, have you?
No, I actually just recently got it.
Yeah, like out of the entire time that I've been running games, I have now seen that spell cast twice in the past week, and I've never seen it cast before that.
So as Sarah sees, her strength start to return, and she feels a little bit normal. Again, she sees you kind of then start to wither and shrivel, and she finds that type of sacrifice very endearing.
But it's all in. It may take a little bit of practice to get used to. And Schrodinger will order the zombie to come towards him and cast Vampire Touch on the zombie. I'm pretty sure it's just going to kill the zombie, so I'm just going to give myself 6 health.
I find that kind of sacrifice very endearing. Think nothing of it. That's great.
Yeah, that's kind of. And now she's like, he's nice, but he's not nice.
Still quite creepy.
Yeah, still creepy.
New Choirs of Magic.
Good stuff.
Is this not how Uranus does it?
Sure, Shro. I'm sure that's how Uranus does it. Yeah, you're just like Uranus that way. No, she doesn't want to make him feel bad, or that what he does is a little bit weird.
Oh, I guess I was supposed to actually roll Vampiric Touch.
Yeah.
It's 3. Oh, okay, I'll just do that. That is gonna hit the zombie.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. It's a lot more than 6.
Indeed.
This is like supposed to be a touching moment here, and various people are shriveling up. Sorry, Cillian.
Oh, yeah. Cillian is going to attempt to peel some hide off of this green dragon, as well as pluck a few dragon teeth.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, indeed. Roll a survival check, Cillian. We will multiply
Cillian
adult...
starts knifing into it. So I'm going to ask, would you mind, if you're going to pluck some scales off, would you mind cutting in and possibly retrieving the heart? If it is still intact.
Okay.
It is a green dragon. Do be careful. Its blood might be a little...
Indeed. So, Cillian, the way that we're going to do this is a 15 or higher. You can harvest the heart without damaging it. With anything lower than a 5, you will take half of the damage dice from its poison.
Aranis, could you do that little like glowy touch thing where it makes me better at stuff?
He will cast guidance for you.
You also have Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, that's what you gave me.
No. I gave you Silvery Barb, sorry.
That's advantage on an
so
attack
yeah.
roll, I believe. I don't believe Silver Barbs goes to ability checks, does it? Let's read the text.
Yeah, it does. Ability check.
Oh, nice, cool.
Or saving throw.
Fantastic.
Sweet.
So you have advantage,
and
and you need to roll,
guidance.
what I say, a 5? Lower than a 5, and he takes a bunch of ton of damage? Okay. So, Cillian, you successfully harvest the heart. And... Cool. Yeah, that does help. You successfully harvest the heart. And furthermore, you recover enough bits and pieces, scales, eyes, teeth, horns, other such things, to constitute 160 gold piece worth of valuable dragon bits that you can sell at any merchant you want to.
160 dragon bits.
Must be interesting being the bookkeeper for games like this sometimes.
Yeah.
1 dragon heart.
Here you go, Shro. Careful, it's a little spicy on the hands.
A little spicy.
Thank you, Cillian. I appreciate this.
What spell is that for, Shro?
Wish, but we're way too low in that.
You're not gonna be by the time you finish the game.
Yep, I know that. I'm not planning on casting it for anything. My thought was maybe exchange it for somebody, like since Schrodinger's planning to head to Luskin once everyone kind of goes their separate ways, maybe offer it to a wizard's there in exchange for something.
Yeah, totally. Valid.
Because there are some strong, powerful wizards there. They could use some dragon hearts, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure. And they're not exactly easy to come by.
No, that they are not. Especially a green.
Yeah.
Perhaps Schrodinger,
burn
you
the
should
crap out of
accompany me
yourself.
with that dragon heart to Candlekeep.
That is also a valid point.
That is
The
also a
big
valid
difference
point.
between them would be the Wizards of Luskin are neutral, leaning towards evil, while the Wizards of Candlekeep are neutral, leaning heavily towards good. So that is up to you all, what you want to do with that.
I'll keep it in mind.
Perhaps you would like to flip a coin for it.
Quick addendum. Thinking on it a bit further, the Wizards of Luskin are probably more evil, leaning towards neutral.
I'll take your word on. It's no need for a coin flip. I can take your word on it if you're going to head towards the Mage's College. I will accompany you.
If there are like loose dragon scales lying around, can I
Uh-huh.
pick some up?
Sure. Sure you've all managed to knock a few loose. I need to stop worrying if I'm making encounters too hard for you all and just go for it.
Well, out of the Underdark and straight into the arms of a green dragon.
Yes, it's quite the predicament. Oh my, Sareth. We need to help Sareth. I think he's balled up in a... Oh no.
Oh
And
no.
he looks in the fetal position.
Yeah, he's like wrapped up in his blankets, being like, "Can we go now?"
Oh, Sarah, sorry, I'll put my sword away. I guess that wasn't helping much. Your sword.
You may wish to heal him a bit, Sarah. He's took quite a brunt of that acid.
Oh dear. Okay, over here. And she'll
He would like worm crawl under his blanket towards you all.
she'll gingerly take one index finger and bonk him on the forehead.
Poor Sarah.
She doesn't like him.
It's like, what have you all gotten me into? Should have
and
stayed in the Underdark, damn it.
and give him. He's really hurt, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got like 5 HP.
Okay, so she'll give him all 30 lay on hands.
All right.
Uranus will probably help out with that,
Thank you.
that healing.
Yeah, getting him back up to full. Thank you, everyone, he says from beneath his pile of blankets and sheets. But I would really very much like to get going now. Gauntle Grim, and the halls of your dwarven friends are calling my name.
Are you stopping at Canterbury first, or going to Longsaddle?
I am going to wherever is not out here.
Let's get ourselves to Longsaddle.
Yes, we can introduce Sereth to some surface food and drink. See how he likes that instead of the travelings.
As long as there is a roof over my head and the fiery death ball isn't in the sky, I'll be happy.
Yes. Should we take some of the dragon meat?
It might be rancid.
It's fresh as can be.
It might be poison.
That's what I meant. Like poisoned.
Can you cook poison out of meat?
Maybe with extended time. It would probably take twice as long to cook out.
Yeah, so, Cillian, if you want to harvest some meat, obviously dragon meat is rare and considered by many to be a delicacy. With your necromancer, you can definitely... Do you have a gentle repose, Shro?
Let me look. Probably not.
We have ice bolt.
I was about to say, anything that can cool it?
Ray of frost. Does that?
Okay, yeah. Generally speaking, I always say that if you can throw a leveled spell at it, I will allow the effects to happen.
No leveled spell, but I got chill touch.
Chill touch is
That's-
necrotic damage. That would do the opposite.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think it's chill when I just.
I got Ray of
immediately go to
frost.
Cantrip.
It's the only. I could polymorph it. No.
What is it? Does Uranus have gentle repose?
That's a good question. Let me check.
Might have
Probably
something
not.
It might be a innate spell for him. Your Plax is right. It's probably not, but it's worth a check.
Create bonfire. We can just straight up cook it, smoke it.
So, Gresh, a Arcana check above 13, and you can use Ray of Frost to cool the meat effectively. But like, before we, go ahead and make your check. But we did a survival check for Cillian to get the valuable bits out. It will require another survival check, and I'll say it all since you're not going like deep. You're just getting the surface meat. I'll say as long as you don't roll a nat 1, you're safe from the poison.
Do I have to roll to get the meat?
No, your roll for Arcana and Ray of Frost was trying to figure out how to effectively use Ray of Frost to keep the meat preserved and cool. So you have done that. You now know how to do that. So the what's up?
Can I help Cillian if I'm proficient in survival?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I will cast augury.
Okay.
Wait, no, not augury.
Yeah,
not
I was about
augury.
to say like
No.
I don't
This
know.
one.
I don't know how
This
it's
is
gonna
the
go.
one.
I can't tell you.
This is the
Okay.
this is the one. The borrowed knowledge, not augury.
Okay. Okay, so you wanna provide the help action with borrowed knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Cillian, if you would like to, you can attempt a survival check. Fantastic. We will say that you have recovered as much meat as you can carry.
Gresh, do you prefer a fillet or a...
The bone would be a waste.
We'll just call it 200 gold pieces worth of dragon meat. Each meal that you eat with it will reduce that by 10.
I wonder if I can create a place for us to sleep made out of dragon scales.
Oh my god.
A dragon tower.
Yes, the more important is on your bookshelf. Do you have any cookbooks to be able to better know how to prepare this?
Yes, I think one about crocodiles would be more akin to a dragon, I think.
You've eaten.
I don't believe crocodiles to be this soaked in acid.
Poison.
Poison.
Rattlesnakes are.
There are snakes. There's a type of fish that sort of puffs up that is a delicacy. I'm told is very poisonous, unless prepared correctly. I seem to think that there be similarities between the two. Cillian, did you collect any of the actual poison itself? It has to have a sac or something.
Jesus, I always thought that was an urban legend, like not that serious. But no, if you eat pufferfish that is not expertly prepared, you start to feel the effects within 20 minutes and could be dead within 6 hours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's real. It's very real.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's a serious nerve toxin. It's crazy.
Damn, why would people do that?
Yeah. In any of those roles, could I have collected a vial or two of green dragon?
What was your first roll? You got a 21,
17 on the first
17 off of the...
And
Oh,
the
one. 15 plus one.
The second one's a The second one's a 21.
a
'cause I
21, right. The second one was for the meat. The first one was for... So, I'll say one vial, unless you want to take another go at it, Cillian, and then you could possibly get more.
or have acid fingers.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go for it again. Why not?
Ooh!
Very good. Okay. We will say with a 21. Shit, I'd say with a 21, you got the whole ass gland out successfully. So, with only a 5, yeah, that's a good roll. Okay.
Perhaps
Let me
keep
see.
it in. Perhaps keep it in the gland, silly. Not sure a normal vial would be able to contain such power. Unless you have vials. Do we have vials?
I can make one vial and hey, we only have greater healing potions at the moment, right?
So, real
Yes.
quick, while I'm still looking at this, Cillian, with a 21, you have harvested the full gland. There is 16d6 worth of poison in that gland. You can divvy that up however you'd want to, administer it all in one massive fatal dose to something, or break it up however you want to. With a 21 in survival, you have recovered the entire gland, which contains 16d6 worth of poison inside of
Load
it.
it my crossbow and just fling it at somebody all at once.
So, Sarah, if you're taking notes, adult green dragon poison gland, 16d6.
Got it.
I have a potion of greater healing, but I'm pretty sure I used that like a session or two ago. So I'm just gonna call it a bottle. I'll just present the vial that was left over from the potion of greater healing to Cillian.
I would say you would need, if you're going to break it up like that, you would need as many vials as there is d6s.
Well, he's got to start to his collection.
Alright. So basically, once you get to Long Saddle, you can buy all of them that you need, but until then, it's just a big sack of poison. Don't spill it.
I figure the gland it comes in is probably the safest thing.
Right.
Most definitely.
It's not exactly designed to burst inside of the dragon, so yeah, that's a good assumption.
Sweet. Does anybody think we butcher and try to eat too many of the things we get?
No, it's good living tactic.
There's hunting, but like, I don't know, just a thought.
It seems right. Perhaps we could make a suit of armor for Sarah or Sereth.
Dragon bone armor.
Dragon bone armor. I've read many books that say dragon bone armor is top tier.
I'll now I gotta go back and get the bones.
Right, his luck's gonna run out eventually, everyone. Although he did take the poison sack out now, so what more danger is there?
Okay, let's head back.
Well,
Can anybody conjure like a few oxen and maybe we just drag the whole damn corpse with us?
Oh,
To
I can
market?
do that for you.
Show
Hold
up in
on.
long saddle
Yeah.
dragging a dragon corpse. That is one way to make an impression.
Oh, I could do it. I've got a horse.
where do you keep this horse?
Yes.
In my magical marble bag.
It's an unusual place for a horse.
Yes, I've never heard of marble horses before.
There's a paladin. She has fine steed.
Yeah, it's just not on my spell list because I hate character mancer, but I do have it.
Oh
You
man.
need a horse? I've got a horse.
I would say to carry an adult green dragon would take at least 2 horses, and that would be a very large burden on those poor animals.
Okay, never mind.
The question now is, do we continue on or do we attempt to find the dragon's holding? It clearly has maimed quite the few adventurer.
Do we remember which direction the dragon flew in from?
Make a perception check. Or no, not perception.
History, baby? that
No.
doesn't sound right.
Athletics?
Sarah, I want to help.
Jumping up and down, trying to remember.
So, I would-
Investigation?
Fun fact, I rolled double nat 20s on the perception check to see it coming, so
Did you really?
Ew.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Fantastic. Cillian, you know exactly where that thing was coming from. We'll say that it came from that direction.
northwest it came from.
Schrodinger, are you able to commune with the dead?
No, I don't have that spell. What's another Cillian's thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cillian.
I actually can, but we kind of mangled its body.
Its head's still intact? Oh, teeth.
It doesn't need teeth to talk.
Can anyone take its
He just
tongue?
needs its tongue to pronounce words.
Oh, we could make a whip out of the tongue.
We can make a lot of things out of that body.
It's a prideful, chromatic dragon, too. It's not gonna. I can't compel it to tell me the truth. It's just gonna bask in its former glory for 5 questions.
If only I can raise it from the dead.
I think you need a phylactery for that.
And you'd have a undead, no longer poisonous dragon.
Well, it'd be a nice form of travel.
Sarah, do you have any undead dragon mounts in that bag of yours?
Let me check. No. Nope, sorry.
Well, we do have a ways to go. And we are very, very far.
What if you turn its body into, well, its currently decaying body into a place of rest?
I don't believe that is one of the preferred methods. I could try. It might turn into a fleshy prison sort of vibe, but if you're okay with that.
I walk around with the undead. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Does any part of the dragon, can it be considered a building material, since it is canonically proven that Vikings would use them as building material for their longhouses?
For what purpose are you asking about the building material thing?
Galder's Tower. I need something that is a building material.
That is fine.
Oh, we're making a dragon house. All right, I will take a few bones of the dragon. I don't need. It doesn't say how big they need to be. A fragment. So I'll take can I take like 10 fragments of bone?
And some scale.
Some
Get
scale.
a nice sheen on there.
Yeah. Oh, doing it.
God, nobody would fuck with that. Somebody would just walk up, and like, if I was an adventurer and I saw that, I would immediately turn around and walk the other direction.
Now that is a tower worthy of 365 days of casting. Wow, it's beautiful, Gresh.
Yes, it should be. Well, we'll. It's not. It's still during. Well, we'll keep traveling, and then I'll make one at like. We'll probably get to like.
Right, that would have. I believe the 18 was at the morning roll, so yes, that would have been at the start of your day.
All right. When we find a place to camp on the edge of the Lurkwood, we will be sleeping in a green dragon castle.
So that would be a true tower fit for a wizard.
Yes. My master will be very interested to hear about this.
Oh, right on the side of the main road. We're gonna. Oh man, the looks we're gonna get.
Well, we're still canonically like 10 miles away from the road.
Yeah, right. Like, let's see how far that actually is. You're like, 5 miles.
Still not that bad. We're still a ways off though.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see, especially with the hills. Like, this area is literally described as rolling hills. I don't think you're gonna see a tower from that far.
It's only 20 feet tall, also.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's not gonna get seen from the road, at least.
Could you imagine casting that at 9th level?
It's 90-foot tower.
You just get a 90-foot tower up to the sky. Heck yeah.
Nice.
So, oh my god. You know what? Schrodinger. Cillian, you've given me a great idea. Perhaps when I'm done traveling, I'll just make tower after tower. It may take a few years. I could have a tower that's thousands of feet wide. 100 feet tall.
You could also... Would you be able to, after 1 year, put a tower on top of a tower?
I suppose a book like that would be in Candlekeep. I should find out. That is a very, very good question, Schrodinger.
I love how we just figured out Gresh's epilogue. Stacking towers.
Stacking towers.
Dragon bone.
Made of all the different things we get to fight. So if we kill a demon, it's going to be like a demon tower, a dragon tower.
Gonna have
tower,
a Barad-dûr right
many
here in the
things.
rolling hills.
Yep. I feel like wizards are overpowered. Wouldn't you just make a city for free then? Like, give me a stick. Here's a giant building. Pay me to stay here for a year.
Right, solve the homeless population in like a matter of days. Actually, a matter of years, really.
Well, you get more than one spell slot, so you could probably make like 3 or 4 a year. All right, Sarah. What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get to? Where are we going?
Long saddle.
Long Saddle.
Well, like Shro said, have some above ground ale and some above ground stew. Show Sereth a good time. I mean, no offense to the dark gnomes or the dark dwarves, but the food was a little, perhaps not up to my standards. I'm looking forward to a good meal, getting a pipe by the fire, and thinking back on all that we've achieved here.
Has anyone been keeping track on exactly where that entrance was?
What entrance?
To the
entrance
Underdark?
to the Underdark that we emerged.
Oh.
Was it like over here, right?
Yes.
Elders would also say that there are paths below in Gauntlgrim.
I'll have to consort with a cartographer to see if there are any maps for entrances and exits. We may have to prepare for something greater if what's going on down there continues.
Oh, I'd rather not think about that tonight, though.
Yes, tonight, sit back in your dragon scale chair. Perhaps
All
go
the
into the sauna.
furniture. Sit on the dragon bone sauna benches.
Yes.
Ooh, sauna's fueled by dragon fire.
While cooking dragon meat.
I just love how much that dragon would hate the fact that you turned his body into a house.
Oh, he tried to mess with the wrong group.
Yeah, he did.
It's like, ha, adventurers, give me all your loot. Dead.
You know, there's a saying I heard growing up. It's it goes a little something like, "Fuck around and find out."
Quite the
He
crude
found
saying,
out.
but apt. Well, I'm gonna take a dip in the sauna. I feel like a little bit of acid might help exfoliate. I've got dirt under my toenails. How'd that
Ew.
happen?
It's from standing around at the back of mighty battles. Kicking your feet in the
Sauna
ground.
party.
I will pass on the sauna. I'm gonna go help myself to Gresh's mini books.
Join you in the sauna, Gresh. We can discuss some readings and books of Candlekeep.
Yes, and you can show me that trick you did with that marble. Quite
Oh,
fascinating.
I'd love to.
We'll need to get servants for this place.
Cillian will start a towel whipping fight. Having covered fresh welts.
I'll use my last port and dice to make you miss.
Not fair, wizard.
This is my home as well as yours.
Nice. Very cool.
You may have built it, but I didn't see you reaching into the guts of a dragon to get parts.
I did help you. I pointed out where to cut. You did expertly, no doubt.
Just can't get the smell off my fingers. It's gross.
Quite brash for a dragon to come out in the middle of the day like that. Makes you wonder what else is going on.
And who else might be watching us?
It did say it heard of us.
That's right.
Yes.
Sareth would nod when you say that and say, also makes him wonder who else may have heard of what you did down there.
We may have been thousands of feet underground, but word traveled very quickly to above. Best be on our guard as we go.
It's going to be quite hard hiding our identities. I'm sure Longsaddle will have individuals there who know exactly who we are when we enter.
Well, considering there's a potential demonic apocalypse ahead, I say we throw ethics aside and use our potential celebrity for as much gain as possible.
Yes, well, that's something we can think about tomorrow. We have a long journey ahead of us, another few days at least.
Sir Cillian, Lord of everywhere.
The Dragon Butcher.
Dragon Butcher.
Dragon Butcher of Lurkwood.
The Lord of Edge.
You have so many titles, Cillian.
Yeah, you know, titles breed titles. It just, you know, it's a natural occurrence. Speaker of stone, you know, the stone's chosen. Breaker of chains, mother of dragons, you get it.
Fantastic. All right, everybody. As you settle in your dragon tower, after a very long day's travel, a very eventful day, much new information gained, some new potential threats to think about. We're going to go ahead and call it a session here, and when we come back next week, you all will continue your journey to Longsaddle, and eventually to Morgur's Mount, or to Gauntlgrim.